word math. So today we are continuing on with our measurement equations. We're making them, taking them a little step further, which is cool. If you guys remember, what we're doing now is actually how we ended our year last year. Do y'all remember how we did measurement equations where we had like 8 cups minus 2 pints equals how many cups? This is pretty much exactly where we left off last year. So we're going to pick up right here and we are going to learn how to do this today. If you haven't learned, if you have learned, I'm going to remind you how to do it. So 8 cups minus 2 pints equals blank cups. We have to see what our answer needs to be in. Our answer has to be cups. This is what it says, cups. Now we have cups right here, 8 cups, but it is not possible for us to subtract cups from pints. So what we're going to have to do is turn our pints into cups, just like we did yesterday. Remember yesterday we had problems that said 2 pints equals blank cups. And we did our 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, and we said pints. We're going larger to smaller, multiply, smaller to larger, then you divide. Pints is larger to smaller, multiply. We found our special number. How many cups were in a pint? 2. We multiplied our special number 2 times our given number 2, and we got 4. Okay? So we know how to convert those pints to quarts. But this is how you're going to show it to me on your paper. You're going to rewrite the part of your problem that we don't have to convert. 8 cups minus. That's staying exactly the same. But right here, we need to put a blank and we need to say minus blank. We're converting to cups. Cups equals blank cups. So do you understand what I did? These pints, I have to convert to cups. So I rewrote my problem. I just made that the same because that's not changing. This is what's going to change right here. So I put a line because I have to change that number to a number that represents cups and equals. I just copied that the same. Now also what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box where I'm converting at. This is where my conversion is taking place. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to put my 3 steps. And this right here is all we do. This we know how to do all this. If I'm going from pints to cups, I'm going larger to smaller, I'm going to multiply. I have to find my special number. How many cups are in a pint? Well, that's 2. I'm going to multiply my special number 2 times my given number 2, and that equals 4. So then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to put my 4 cups because now I have 8 cups minus 4 cups equals 8 minus 4 is 4. And I put 4 on both lines. That's how simple it is, okay? So let me do a few with you. Go ahead and look at page 43. Put your name and date at the top. And let's start at the top together, and then we'll get down here to our ones that we're going to do together. So we have 1 gallon equals how many quarts? Now they want you to try and think about this in your head, okay? So, because you notice they didn't leave you. Well, actually, we know this one. This is part of our memory. So, how many quarts are in a gallon? Duh, Miss McDermott. I'm sorry, guys. 4. 4 quarts in a gallon. 1 quart is how many pints? 2. So there's 2 pints in a quart. 1 pint is how many cups? Very good. That's 2. There's 2 cups in a pint. 1 liter is how many deciliters? That is 10. Good job. 1 kilometer is how many meters? That is 1,000. 1 foot is how many inches? Very good. That is 12. 1 mile is how many feet? 5,280. 1 hectoliter is how many liters? It's 100. And 1 cup is how many fluid ounces? Remember, it is 8 fluid ounces. All right? So go ahead and look at section 2. On section 2, we're going to do this together. All right, so we have 54 feet. I'll give you time to write this. Minus 4 yards equals blank yards. So our answer has to be in yards. So one of these is not in yards, so we're going to have to make it in yards. So feet is definitely not yards. So we're going to say blank yards minus, we're just going to copy this as it is because it's already yards, minus 4 yards equals, and we'll just copy this because that's where we're going to write our answer, blank yards. So this is where our conversion is taking place. We'll draw our conversion box around it. We'll put our 3 steps underneath. And if we're going from feet to yards, is that larger to smaller or smaller to larger? That is larger to smaller. Larger to smaller, multiply. Smaller to larger, then you divide. Larger to smaller, multiply. Smaller to larger, then you divide. So we are going smaller to larger, so we will be dividing. And now we find our special number. How many feet are in a yard? Well, we know that's 3. So we are going to divide our given number, 54, divided by our special number 3. 3 will go into 5 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. It is smaller than our divisor. We bring down our next digit, which is a 4. 3 will go into 24. 8 times. So 18, 54 feet equals 18 yards. We come up, put that on the line. Remember, that's going up here to our conversion box. So now we have 18 yards minus 4 yards equals 14 yards. That is our answer. Look at letter B. We have 17 gallons plus 41 quarts equals blank quart. Alright, so our answer is in quarts. This is already quarts, so this is what's going to have to change. So we're going to put blank, right where we're turning our answer to, blank quarts, plus, we're just going to copy this the same because it is already quarts, plus 41 quarts equals blank quarts. So here's our conversion. I'm going to draw our conversion box around it. And if we're going from gallons to quarts, is that larger to smaller or smaller to larger? Larger to smaller. Larger to smaller, multiply. Smaller to larger, then you divide. But we are going larger to smaller, so we will be multiplying. What's our special number? How many quarts are in a gallon? That is 4. So we will multiply our given number 17 times our special number 4. 7 times 4 is 28. Put 8 down, carry the 2. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So 17 gallon equals 68 quart. So now we have 68 quart plus 41 quart equals, well, 8 plus 1 is 9, and 6 plus 4 is 10. So it equals 109 quart. Okay? Look at letter C. Letter C, we have 43 dozen donuts. That's a lot of donuts. 43 dozen donuts. Plus 5 donuts, that's funny. Plus 5 donuts equals, I ran out of room, blank donuts. You know what, I'm gonna have to erase this and write this right so my conversion box will come out right. Let's see here. Alright, here we go. 43 dozen donuts plus, donuts is such a long word, plus 5 donuts equals blank, and I'm just going to put dough, guys, and we know that that means donuts, because I'm still not making a fit. Alright, so here we have dozen donuts, here we have donuts in our donuts plus 5 donuts equals blank donuts. Alright? So, if we're going from a dozen donuts to individual donuts, or one donut, is that larger to smaller or smaller to larger? Larger to smaller, multiply. Smaller to larger, then you divide. So this is our very strange looking conversion box. So we are definitely going to be multiplying our special number. How many donuts are in a dozen? That's 12. So we're going to multiply our given number 43 times our special number 12. 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8. Put a 0 in the ones place. 3 times 1 is 3, 4 times 1 is 4. We add up our partial product, 6, 11, and 5, 516. So 43 dozen donuts equals 516 donuts plus 5 donuts. 16 plus 5 is 21, so it's 521 donuts is our answer. All right? Look at letter E. We have 21 teaspoons plus 3 tablespoons equals blank. I didn't abbreviate that correctly. I am so sorry. Tablespoons. There's no L in the abbreviation. TBSP. TBSP. In my brain there should be an L in there. Equals blank tablespoons. Okay? So, we have teaspoons here, tablespoons, tablespoons. So this one is good. This is where our conversion will have to take place. Blank tablespoons plus, we're just going to copy this, plus 3 tablespoons equals blank tablespoons. Okay? So this is our conversion box. Have our 3 steps underneath. Teaspoons to tablespoons, larger to smaller or smaller to larger? Teaspoons to tablespoons, smaller to larger. Larger to smaller, multiply. Smaller to larger, then you divide. Our special number, how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon? That is 3. So we're going to divide our given number, 21, divided by our special number 3, and our answer is 7. So 21 teaspoons equals 7 tablespoons. 7 tablespoons plus 3 tablespoons equals 10 tablespoons. All right? So turn your papers over to the back side, please. And on the back side, I want you to circle letter A. I want you to circle letter, in section 3, letter A, I'm sorry. In section 4, circle letter B. I want you to circle all of section 5. In section 6, I want you to circle letter C. I want you to circle letter F. And letter A. So A, C, and F is what I want you to circle. Now I'm giving you a little bit less math today because your language class today is not hard at all. There's nothing hard about it, but it's very, very easy, but it is quite a bit of written work. So I'm going to give you less written math today to try to compensate for some of that time. All right, so go ahead and finish up page 44 here in your math book. Page 43 can be done, and do your best work.